Many people don't know about forex trading is that it's not all about crapping some strategies, making entries and closing trade is the real deal. Now, listen, I have said this and I'll say it one more time. I know that the next thing you do now is just to skip this because your eyes is only on going through the strategies, applying indicators and parameters, and at the end of the day, you will try it. If it didn't work, you come back on YouTube again, you check other videos, and at the end of the day, you say this one is not working, this one is trying. Sometimes you give accolades to those who are working for you and those who do not work for you. Now, listen, I will tell you one thing that you need to do if you must make money on forex trading. Listen, some of us who trade, some of us who buy houses, who buy cars with forex trading, there are things we don't say here. And that is why it is necessary for you to have a mentor who will open your, because even when we say it here, you don't believe us. That is why we find it difficult to train some people and see them successful. Why? Because even when you try to tell them that this is what you do, this is the reality, this is how you follow this trade to become what you are today, they think that there is something more secret, something more deep. Like sometimes people will sell strategy to you and you will buy strategies. Nobody will ever say that I've sold strategy to him or her. I can't do that because the main deal is not on the strategy. The main deal is in the knowledge that runs from your brain, you know. So, and sometimes people are finding it so difficult for them to say, like you have a conversation with somebody to mentor you, and the person will tell you, let's assume a $500, for example. You think how you can be able to use $500 to make huge sum of money if you try this by yourself. At the end of the day, you will deposit the money and you will find it surprising to you that as time goes on, you may succeed to take the $500 to 550 or possibly 600. But it will surprise you that out of the 500 you deposited, out of fear, you will only succeed to withdraw back $100 when you have seen that you are no longer, that you are losing everything. So you just withdraw that one to hold for yourself, because I have seen a lot of people who pass through those things. Now, I dropped this video and I want to say something about it, because this strategy you are seeing here makes people that knows forex to trade more easier than any other person. I will say it again. If you're in the mentorship class and you see anything of this, once they see the movement, they know what to do. So one thing I want to say here is this. Look at this market. I told them on the class, on the mentorship, the challenge class, that the challenge group on my Telegram, which are on the description, the link to join it is on the description. I told them that we have a potential spike. That potential spike I thought about was like a nightmare. So when I told them about that potential spike, did you know? Listen, because I don't lie. That is one thing you don't know. I don't feel like, because lying is for kids. Did you know that this is where I placed the trade? Right here. At the middle here. That was where I placed the trade. Do you know that the market went even to this point? Did you know that I was waiting for this market, because potentially here, this point is a no-go area, because what brought this thing down here is capable of bringing it down again. So when I informed them that I have a potential spike to come, Some people never believed me, but I placed this trade here. Some will say that this is, it's not true. This is what we had yesterday. This is the current market. And one thing people don't know is that we'll place trade, we'll withdraw, we'll shift it to derive, then we'll allow market to come up. Now, if you check the current date, you will see that this is the market I placed. So, but this is where I placed the market. It went down to this spot. So as the market went down to this spot, to this place, the market started moving up down here and start spiking down. To be honest with you, it takes a matured mind to see a market. It takes a matured mind to see minus 11 and still leave the trade to reverse to this point. It takes one who understands his market to see minus 19 before you will start seeing reversal. That is what brings me to this video, and that is why I made this video, so that you will help yourself and change some of your narratives. Some of you are blaming your mentor, that your mentor don't want to share the truth with you. Some of you don't even have a mentor. Some of you only watch 2 million videos in a week. You cover videos in a week here on YouTube. And some of you are my followers. It's good. When you watch the YouTube is going on and people are following what you are doing. So if I love you and I want you to succeed, I think it's for me to tell you the truth. And that truth is one of the things I'm about to share with you. If you are looking for a video that will help you to take your $10 to $1,000, it's possible. But it's not the work of a strategy, it's the work of the knowledge. That's number one. Number two, if while you are watching videos here on YouTube is for you to change the way you trade from 0 to hero, then know it that some of the videos you are watching here will only confuse you, because we drop videos based on knowledge. Randomly, we don't draw videos face by face. We'll draw videos on RSI, we draw videos on moving averages, we draw videos on bearish, we draw videos on awesome oscillators, all of them. So bringing all of them together will only confuse you. And for that reason, you will not even know how we'll come about the whole structure. The only thing you will see is how we'll place the strategies and how we'll make profit with them. And at the end of the day, you will have nothing to show for it. You know, when we show these things, people think it's ODC. Remember that it was 868. Remember that. So, why am I saying these things? There is something you need to do from now on. There is something you need to apply if you want to start making money on forex trading. Number one, look for a mentor. Good one. Beg the person. Everyone that wants to help you will collect something that you have. That person will not send it. Like somebody called me and started sharing his experience with me, that he met one guy, and the guy charged him, and he accepted to pay, and he paid him, I thought he said first $300, and the guy said no, how can, but he has forced to receive the $300, and the guy said, how can I do that? How can I teach you all that I know, and you are paying me this thing? Anyway, I'm ready to teach you, I'm ready to give you this, I'm ready to help you become rich. Then you have to make this thing, you have to pay an additional $300. And the guy is from Nigeria and from Imo State, but the other guy I think maybe he's also in Nigeria, but he said he's somewhere in Pakistan or thereabouts. I don't know exactly. So while he was saying all those things, the man, because of his zeal, because of the quest for knowledge, he paid additional $300, making it $600. Then at the end of the day, the guy copied my video and sent to him. The guy copied my video and sent to him. So he said that this is the voice of GDFX. I don't know you, and I have watched. The guy now posted the video to me and said, is this not your voice? I said, this is my voice. Who is pirating my video? He's posted everything, which I don't want to expose the guy here. So why am I saying all those things? When you meet someone that wants to help you, the person will at least consider that you have been losing money. Then you that is coming to the person, don't come to tempt that person by believing that he should teach you the thing for free. At least approach the person with manners, approach the person with, if that person knows if the person is making money on FOREX already. This is one thing you should know. If the person is making money on FOREX already, he will not be too interested in your money. But he needs money from you so that he will pay attention and be committed to it. That is one thing you should have in mind. And some of you, that somebody will charge you $50, somebody will collect $50 from you as account management. Take it or leave it. That person is hungry. As long as I'm concerned, that person is hungry, because when one don't have money to trade, every dollar looks so huge on him. But when you want to do business, if you want to open a business, what you do, you invest in that business and sit back and take your profit. So when you invest $50, what is $50? So when you invest $100, what is 100? When you invest 200, what is $200? So you want to send somebody to go and suffer in the market square with just $200 and be giving you your own percentage? So what number two thing that you must do that will help you if you want to be successful and trade and be making profit like what you are seeing here now, is this: no matter how you are suffering today, please, capital has a lot of work to do in the forex world. How do I mean? Listen to me. Take it's from me, and I will not deceive you. When you are placing a trade, when you have like $30 on your account and you are placing like 2 positions, that has to do with 0.50. Once you place something of this nature and you do it into 2 times, you notice that this money here is shaking. And if anything should happen, let's assume you are doing this on boom 1000 and you are Skyping and a spike came to this thing, it will surprise you that these things will go and you will never be in the trade again. I was able to hold my trade this morning. Why? Have you seen it? For those who doubt us that these things are not true, have you seen it? Watch what you are doing here. Have you seen it? So this, I don't know how to say this thing. This is what we'll do. And someone in my mentorship class now will be thinking that you don't want to sell us this truth, but I have informed them that we have a spike on boom 1000. Those who are doing the challenge, I have informed them, but due to the nature of human being, they want me to serve them because they are the king, and they don't want to pay attention to go and see the opportunity. The next thing, now, you didn't tell us when to close. You didn't know. Now this is your business. I don't know your strength. You didn't show me your equity. You know the strength of your equity. You know how much you can hold and how long you can stay in the forex world. Now look at this thing. Look at this thing. This is this thing you're seeing here is 392. It is now already 1000 something. Additional 600 and something dollars on top. Look at it here. On top. At least I was able, you were able to see it. When I started this video, it was like 440 something or thereabout. So, but check the time I've started this video and check this thing. Some of you have seen one spike and closed long time ago. And I told us that when I started this thing, the market was already on minus 20, that 21 or that about before this thing started. And that is why I'm saying this thing right now. What am I saying? That, but when you manage to build your account and have something like $300, I know it cannot be easy, but calculate your $10 you are depositing without withdrawing any kobo. Calculate it times how many times you have deposited. You will see they have spent more than this money here, and you don't know. Indirectly, you don't know. And this is one thing that you should have in mind. I want you to succeed. That's why I'm saying this. This is one thing you should have in mind. What do I mean? Brokers invested nothing less than, I don't know how I can write this zero, as huge as trillions. So you can imagine that maybe in your country you are using like Cotonou, you are using Sefa, Ghana you are using whatever, Ghana is using cedis, and others you are using currencies that are less value than dollar. So you come to a market square that has over 100 billion or $100 trillion investment, and you are approaching it with just $10. This $10 is just like in our country, just like 10 naira that I cannot buy a sugar. So you approach this thing with $10 and you want to scribe something from here, and you can imagine just take your demo to balance what I'm saying. When you place your market with the $10, $10,000 they give you, when you place your trade on your demo, do you shake? Do your heart palpitate? Do you suffer any kind of fright or tension when you place on your demo? The answer is no. Why? Because you know that before the $100,000 will reduce to the point you will notice the losses, you have built up yourself again. That is, they know something. They are wise. So why then do we stop at $10 when if you have $1,000 with the right knowledge, you would double it and it will become $5,000. I am telling you what I know. I was able to hold everything and still come back healthy and strong because I have equity here. At the end of the day, I don't hold more than, if I leave by the end of the day, if today is over, I will withdraw all those things and shift it to my derivative and allow this one to stay. At least 400 is okay for me. With 400, I am good to go. So what is the problem? Have you seen it? Have you seen what is happening? Let me show you. Just watch, because some of you will say, it's yesterday trade. I can't believe it's yesterday trade. Just at least I am live now, and all those things are happening right in your presence. All those things are happening right in your presence. Look at it. It's just one spike that is making the move. One bullish candle that is making the move, and the money is dropping. And I did not add, just think of what will happen if I add $2. I am only trading with just $1, so that it will not affect this very this thing I have. No matter what you are seeing, it's possible for you to do this thing. So equity has a lot of role to play when it comes to forex trading. Equity have a lot of role to play when it comes to forex trade. The capital you are using influences the strength of your market. Remember what I said earlier, as I give you the indicators, in case you have not watched the video that have these indicators. Remember what I told you earlier. Number one thing that will help you to be successful in forex trading is not strategies, it is the knowledge. So look for a mentor in case you don't have. If all your interest is for you to see a strategy that will help you to push your $10 into $1,000, I told you it's possible. I have done that before. But the secret is the knowledge that runs in your brain and not the strategy you have. if you have paid for strategy for one to give you a strategy, after paying the strategy, if you cannot see what the person saw, the strategy will only work when you get to the right position of it. So that is why many that studied strategies, many of them are shedding tears. But those who study the market, many of them have minimal losses. They make more profit than the losses. Take it or leave it. At least having seen the followers, having seen many who believed, and once I drop video, they will rush. So I can't just be talking to you and expect you to watch my videos without telling you the truth. Follow the simple truth. The knowledge is the number one key. Then strategies will supplement your knowledge and you make profit. Then I told you again, number 2 is this. If you want to succeed, do investment with your trade. How do I mean? Don't just wake up in the morning, deposit $20 and expect to grow it. It's good and nice, but you are not doing business. What you are doing is what I called growing, not business. You are brooding your business. But once you want to do business with forex trading, like you want to pay your house bill, you want to pay your house rent, you want to handle some responsibilities in your family, just like when you want to open a street shop or a kiosk house, how much do you do with it? Do you use the lowest capital in your hand to raise it? No. You pay to it. So one thing I want to encourage you is this. Stop wasting your money. Instead of you to be wasting the whole money like that, I encourage you to gather money. When I mean gather money, once you have learned it and you are sure that you are good to go with this thing, then gather money and invest in it. Gather money and invest in it. Mostly to all my African followers. That is why too many Africans are shedding tears today. The greatest mistake they have ever made in their life is for them to start investing on YouTube. The YouTube videos they watch that lead them to do forex trading, because some of them have borrowed so much from borrowing institutions that right now they're on the run and the money is nowhere to be found and it's gone. They cannot hold anybody accountable for the money. Do you see that? So it's very, very bad. So go for the knowledge. Beg anybody that you want. Beg them with the little you have. If the person is so serious, look for someone else, but make sure the person can teach you. And if you have paid for someone already and you have not grabbed what you needed, be humble and go back to the person again. Don't think the person have deceived you, have collected money. If that person is not the right person, look for another person. Beg them. Anyone who is making money on forex trading, just imagine now that I have this type of money that is withdrawable. Then someone will come to me and beg me, and I will say to that person, you must give me $1,000. What for? Where will that person get the money from? So if I want to help the person, if I'm rich, driving cars, buying land and house, building houses, and someone else is suffering to pay for a house rent of 40,000 naira here in Nigeria, and that person is knocking on my door to help him come up. Since even if I start sharing the money, I can't help everybody. At least the best thing I can do is to share the knowledge I have. If the person can grab it, that is good. And if you pay the person, don't expect the person to kill himself for you or holding hand that you paid him. So for that reason, the person must. No, it's a knowledge that is transferable. So you go to school, you pay the school management and sit and learn. That is what you should do. And you will never have any single regret about it. That is my stake on this matter. I love you and I want you to succeed. GDFX, standing out.